I was 20 years old and I didn't know how long I was going to be there, but I knew I wouldn't be there more than 12 months. I spent 261 days in prison, and every day I wrote, I tracked my thoughts, I tracked my goals, I tracked the food I ate, I tracked the exercise did, I tracked my progress, I tracked everything. I read 29 books while I was there. I basically rebuilt how I thought and operated and led and just acted as a human. And now I'm sharing those pages with you. So since release, I've built and led 6 companies, sold 2 of them, and earned an MBA. I've had wins, I've had losses, that's for sure. But those 261 days built a foundation of resilience, perspective, and a relentless drive to just keep moving forward. This is the podcast From Prison to President. 1 page, 1 lesson. So I'll start off by reading from August 1st. August 1st. The days continue to move by quickly. I've come to realize more and more every day how good it would be not to drink when I get out. I'm looking forward to trying my assumptions about all of the good things that will occur because of not drinking alcohol, always having a clear head, quicker than the next guy. You remember, luck is when opportunity meets preparation. Saving money, saving time. There are just so many advantages to this. So that was my thoughts, or part of my thoughts on August 1st. Back then, alcohol was my crutch. I mean, not the kind of people, not the kind of people warn you about, but it was enough to kind of blur the edges. It didn't give me clarity. In prison, I couldn't touch it, of course. But that absence became a mirror for me. I could see myself, what it could be like. And what I saw was this. Alcohol was stealing. It was stealing the mornings, the focus, the sharpness, the things that I needed to see opportunities clearly. It was a thief in the night. And here I was realizing clarity isn't something you can add. It's what's left over after you strip away all the things that blur your lens and blur what you see. I didn't know at the time, but I was building a new identity, a good human who didn't need a crutch to move forward. Later, in the August 1st journal, I wrote this: to be as successful as you want to be, focus all your energy in one direction. Moving forward. You can stray from your path to your goal, but as long as it's still moving forward, you haven't made a mistake. You make the mistake when you stray too far or move in reverse for long periods. You must realize stopping on the path isn't bad as long as you don't start building a house. Yeah, that's nice, right? Well, so what does this have to do with running a business? Well, every owner has their alcohol, the thing that wastes time or slows them down. It blurs the focus. For some, it's checking your email every 5 minutes or maybe your bank account every hour. For others, it's probably saying yes to clients who are really not a good fit for you. For many, it's chasing shiny objects instead of finishing what really, truly matters the most. These aren't just distractions. They're focus thieves. And the truth is, you don't need more time. You don't need more strategy. You need subtraction. You need to take things away. Cut the blur. Focus in one direction. Even if you pause or wonder for a bit, forward progress is still being made. Momentum doesn't come from doing more. It actually comes from removing what holds you back. Now, you may not want to hear this, but you have your own version of alcohol. For me, alcohol was a fog. It wasted mornings, slowed my choices, wasted evenings. Opportunities were missed. For you, it might be the distraction from your phone. It might be hiding what your priorities are. You should be doing something else. It might be avoiding the conversations you really should be having with other people. And here's the truth. It's not just costing you. It's costing your family, your friends, your team, your company, the people who need you the most. That's who it's affecting. So here's my challenge to you. This week, name your alcohol, write it down, and cut it out for 7 days. Prove to yourself and to the people who count on you that you can show up clear-headed and focused. Whatever your alcohol is, stop for 7 days. because clarity isn't a luxury. It's your responsibility as a leader. Now, years later, I was running one of my first companies. Actually, the company that I started within about 12 months of leaving prison. I had a whiteboard and had like 20 priorities on there, 25 priorities. I thought being busy made me valuable, but deep down, I knew I was just staying busy and not really doing the high priority tasks. So I did something weird. I just, I took all of them, but 3 or 4, I think 3 or 4 I left on the board. And you know what happened? We did so well. We just killed it. And it wasn't because we're working any harder. We didn't work any harder, but we were focused. We knew exactly what to work on. There wasn't like, should we do? The priorities were super clear. So if you feel stuck, remember this. You don't need to add more. You need to subtract. Erase what doesn't matter. Circle what does. Even slow progress is still progress. Keep moving forward. This was the second episode of Prison to President, and this is just one page from my journal. If it meant something to you, share it with someone who you care about, who's building or struggling or starting over. And whatever you do, don't miss the next episode, because sometimes it's just one line on one page that changes your journey in your life. So keep moving it forward. Your community needs you. See you next week.